My house in Al Zahra was an apartment inside the residential building. The Israeli asked us to evacuate without any understanding exactly what's happening and what's wrong with the residential city that's facing the coastal, and it's one of the most beautiful residential cities in all of Gaza Strip. Just seeing the sea, the shore every morning is a miracle, is a courtesy. It's something that you will never forget or leave it behind. What you have seen with the drone images, telling maybe 1/3 of the story of the reality. It doesn't show anything. It doesn't show the tears that just like burned my cheeks when I saw my house. It's where my little baby got born. It's when my love story with my wife started. It's something related to the heart, to the sentimental side of me. That beautiful city is now just rubbles. My name is Mohammed Al-Saifi. I'm a journalist based in Gaza City. I was living in Al Zahra neighborhood after multiple displacements. Now I got displaced to Rafah city. When the truce happened and began, the first thing that just like jumped to my thought, to my mind, is one thing. It's not just ripples, it's not just like stones, it's not rocks. It's memories, it's life. Believe it or not, the truth is much fatigue, exhausting, and much of fear, and there is no relief in it, because the load of work is 10 times more. The truth for me and for all of the Gazan have not changed anything about the reality. The supermarket shelves still empty. The people does not have the water to drink. We lack for the resources, we lack for the fuel, we lack for any basic needs for any human being. The only thing that changed is only one thing, that we don't have the drones above our head every single moment.
قال ربنا يصير هدنة على طول، ونروح ونعمر ونعمل بيوتنا ان شاء الله، ونقعد في بلادنا برضه. 4 ايام هذه يعني هي نقول لك 4 ايام على الفاضي، يعني ايش ال4 ايام؟ ايش بنسوي للناس ال4 ايام؟ احنا بدنا الهدنة تضل على طول ان شاء الله، نحل هذا فك الحرب وربنا يصلح ما بينهم، وتضل هدنة على طول ان شاء الله.
So that truce was just a postponing for what the massacres in the south will be, because after the truce and when they come back to war, they went intensively for massacres in the south, especially in Khan Yunis and Rafah. They started a new ground operation on the ground dedicated only for the southern, and they said that now we're operating in the south. We don't want to harm the civilians, but at the same time, all of the casualties, like 99.9% of the casualties were only the civilians, the children, the women. I can see my children, I can see my wife, I can see my mother in each martyr in front of me. This is what the devastating of the soul is.
أحياء لا سيما حي الصبرة وحي الزيتون وحي تل الهوى. حي الصبرة قصفته الطائرات
الحرب. أفضل الغالي علي أبو سمرة من سكان الشجاعية التركمان وهذا العرايس. فبالنسبة لما صار القصف علينا وتهدمت منازلنا، فنحن اتجهنا إلى الجنوب، وإحنا كنا حتى حوالي فوق 40 نفر في الباص، يعني لولا في الوسيلة الباص كان إحنا جينا مشيان، فكانت هذه ميسرة فإحنا حتى وإحنا جايين كانت قدامنا، كانت تعرف المقطورة والسيارات اللي انضربت كانت قدامنا. جينا هنا على مستشفى ناصر فما لقناش ولا مدرسة تأويل.
كبيرة على حياة هؤلاء.
أنا محمود عيادة، سكان مشروع بيت لاهي. اللي صار قصف علينا، استشهد عمي، ما فيش اسعافات قادرة تصل المنطقة كلها بسبب الدمار والشوارع المسكرة. فصرنا بحوالي تقريبا ربع ساعة لثلث ساعة واحنا في نفس المكان، النادي نزعق اسعاف مش عارف ايه، ما حدش راح. وصل الاسعاف في المكان، نطلع عمي ضربوا كم اسعاف صاروخ. صاب سواق الاسعاف، المهم اخذ الحالات وضل طالع. قبل المستشفى كمان العدوان بشويه ضربوا كمان صاروخ الاسعاف نفسه، صار ضلوا داخل الاسعاف لما خبط في الحالات. اخذوا الحالات المصابين هم المسعفين. طلعنا من الشمال وبسيارات اسعاف، كان معنا جزء بسيط من الممرضين. وصلنا اللي هو نقطة التفتيش تبعت اليهود اللي عند الدبابات. نزلوا كل المرافقين وقالوا خلي مرفق واحد مين بيحكي عبري. طبعا والدي قال لهم ايش؟ قالوا ما انا بحكي عبري، خليك معهم. نزلوا الباقي، نزلنا كلنا، شتمني يعني شتمني، غلط على امي اليهودي وقال لي صف على شقه. صاروا يصفوا فينا كلنا على شقه ويغلطوا على الناس، يعني شمر رجليك، ارفع ايديك، غطى عن بطنك، ارفع عن بطنك، شغلات زي هيك. مرقونا بعدين عن طريق الزنانه وقلطنا على الجبل.
Now, all of the people and the citizens and residents of Khan Yunis were ordered from the IDF to evacuate to Rafah, where exactly every single person after that is going to have just 1 meter to stand in it. We're going to be exactly like the sardines inside the can. The bombings in Rafah and Khan Yunis since the back to war after the truce were non-stop. The targets is without any warning before. I started to feel like maybe the scenario of Sinai is something maybe will be on the table somehow. The scenario of being displaced again and transferred for another catastrophe, for another Nakba, is being on the table. What am I gonna tell my children after this? My grandfather and my father couldn't give me any justification, kicked out of our homeland. And now, what I'm gonna tell my children if something like that happened? I'll be totally ashamed about leaving my country, my home, my life behind. But the most ashamed is the answer for my children in the future. What I feel at the moment is like I'm the most vulnerable person in this life. But as a Palestinian, we don't like to feel vulnerable because all of the previous times, since 1948, the only thing that we just totally stick with is our dignity. and we do not want to lose our dignity once more.